Hey, what's going on? Luke here, and I've had plenty of requests for me to talk about the past Bulldogs game. It was the Bulldogs up against the Titans. It was at Belmore, and it was a fantastic win, 32-0 in round 3, which means the Bulldogs are 1-3 in season 2024. Now, that doesn't sound too impressive, I know, but when you take into account some of the previous games, very, very tough games. Games that easily a few calls here and there, a few lapses for like a split second, and we lost the game due to that, but hey, easily could have went another way. I'm looking at the Sharks game in particular. Just an awful performance in round 1 against the Eels, but then the Sharks, we bounced back quite well. In my opinion, like an easily winnable game. Obviously, we saw the Tigers end up smoking the Sharks, but in round 3, really picked it up. A home game at Belmore, which does sound in theory to be like a sure thing up against the Titans. Like that's got to be a sure thing, right? However, the Dogs are like notoriously bad at Belmore. It's like a weird situation. We all think back to the first time we played and we absolutely smashed the Storm. It was, the crowd was singing and, how good it was. But after that, we went on this mad losing streak where we couldn't even get close to winning. So the pressure was too much. Of recent times, really picked it up, especially with the current lot that we have. We've sort of been fairly successful there. But at the same time, though, it was by no means a sure thing, especially considering we were 0-2 going into the game. So I know the Titans were, they'd been beaten pretty well in the first game against the Dragons, but we've sort of seen like the Dragons aren't necessarily the worst side. They're not the best side by any means, but they're not the worst side. They are pretty gritty. But the Titans, I was expecting them to bounce back. Obviously, it didn't happen. Now, end of the day, fantastic win. Do you want to get ahead of yourself here? No, you don't. I can't sit here and say, hey, the Dogs are, we're on track to make the 8 or, top 4 side or anything like that. But I will say in general, you look at this whole NRL season so far, it is very, very open. But the only team who hasn't lost is the Cowboys, and all their wins have been not very impressive, to be honest with you. But they've been winning games where they haven't exactly looked impressive. So the fact that they're the only 3-0 side, by the end of the season, it remains to be seen sort of where they'll end up. But every team's not got like a great record so far. At best, 2 wins, 1 loss. So pretty much apart from the Cowboys, obviously, like I said. So being 1-2 isn't the worst thing. Obviously, being 0-3 is not where you want to be. And that's where we play the Bunnies coming up this week. So I think this is a real line in the sand moment for the Bulldogs here. If we come out and we smash the Bunnies, like I'm not talking about win by a couple points, whatever. We come out and we absolutely smash them. That's where you can look at them and say, all right, this is a top 8 side. If not, if we get beat by the Bunnies, which is a big possibility, a lot of pressure in them, 0-3, let's be real. The Bunnies have a decent side. Like, they've got a lot of good players. They've got a lot of big game players. Latrell Mitchell's, Cameron Murray, Cody Walker, all those guys. I know there's a lot of pressure on them at the moment, but at some point, something's going to give for them, you know what I mean? I don't expect them to make the 8. I really don't. I didn't have them predicted this year. Last year, I didn't think they would make it either, I'm pretty sure. I've been calling the downfall for the Rabbitohs since Adam Reynolds left, and it's pretty much been pretty spot on. I don't really get too many takes right, but this one I definitely have. And I will do a video in itself on the Rabbitohs, probably tomorrow. But just in terms of the Bulldogs game this week, a win over the Rabbitohs is definitely going to be a statement. Now, I know however the season goes for the Rabbitohs, I don't really care. It's more so right now. We have a team on the back foot, and for years and years and years, we struggled to beat the sides that we should beat. And to be honest with you, right now, the Rabbitohs are a side that we should beat. Full of confidence. We've just smashed the Titans. I know it's the Titans. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Titans probably end up coming last. Let's be real. They've been playing absolutely awful. I thought Haslett would get a lot more out of him, and he hasn't. But at the same time, you can only play what's in front of you. And like I said, the record isn't great. A lot of times, we don't win these sort of games. So the fact that we did it and we didn't even look like we broke a sweat, like we absolutely smashed them. Fantastic performance. Got to do it 2 weeks in a row. Got to do it 3 weeks in a row, 4 weeks in a row. And that's where you really cement yourself as a good side. No point doing it, once every couple of weeks or, we saw that with the Dragons. I mean, they came out, had a fantastic win in round 1. By round 3, everyone's kind of like, Dragons, not that great. Same can be said about a lot of sides too. So it's essential that the Dogs do back it up with a really, really nice win there. And I do think, in terms of how our side is, I think we can really match it with the Rabbitohs. A lot of times, when you look at the Bulldogs, they're going to talk about the forward pack not being able to match it with sides. To me, the Rabbitohs' weakness is their forward pack, and their backs in particular. But our backs are elite. Halves a little bit iffy, fullback a little bit iffy. But we do have Blake Taaffe coming up against his old club, so that could work for us, could work against us. I'm not sure exactly at this point. But he is looking a little bit more comfortable as the weeks go on. I'm expecting a big performance from him, to be honest with you, but it could also go the other way where they expose him a little bit and sort of prove why they didn't end up picking him and why they went with Ilias and Hawkins and such over him. But in terms of our backline, it's lethal, it's big. What the Rabbitohs don't have is big, lethal backline. And if Addo Carr's back, even better. We saw how good Kiraz was up against some of these guys. I mean, some of the plays that are in the Rabbitohs backline, Kiraz and Crichton, that's a mismatch. It really is a mismatch. You've got to take advantage of it. For all our weaknesses in the forward, got to take advantage of it with the backs, man. Wilson's good. Whoever ends up on the wing, they're good too. So take advantage of that. And then also the forward packs, I think we can match it with them. Obviously, they have Colin Matangi and Cameron Murray, but apart from that, they don't really have anyone else. We have Preston, we've got Kickout. Kickout's been absolutely fantastic. So even the players that I think that are the strengths for the Rabbitohs, we cancel them out. So definitely, I think even on paper, I think we win this one. Burton up against Walker, it's going to be a great matchup. And like I said, I think this is a line in the sand. We need to come out, and we need to make a point, and we need to absolutely smash them. Like there's no like, we might win, or we tried really well, but the Rabbitohs were just too good for us. No, if we want to be a good team, we need to win this one. And by no means am I sitting here saying, yeah, we win this one, we go and win the comp or anything like that. Let's not get too crazy here. One win against the Titans and then possibly a win against the Rabbitohs doesn't set you up for a comp. But it does sit us in a better position than we have been in previous years. And considering how close we were in the first couple of rounds, easily could have been a way different start to what it was. But I mean, obviously every side's probably going to sit here and say that. Couple calls here and there, and our team wins. But our defense has been really good in my opinion, despite some of the scorelines. And I think the Rabbitohs really struggle unless you have a guy like Latrell come out and just play a game that he's capable of playing, especially with adversity against him, that is the scary thing about the Rabbitohs, is we know when things go good, things go really good for them. So it's just a matter of, I think we just got to frustrate them for a little bit, and then we'll run over the top of them. Honestly, I think that's what our game plan should be. Just keep them in the contest, and then, bam, put the foot down. Just don't let Rabbitohs get into any sort of rhythm. That's what I think you got to do. But in terms of the Dogs, are they back? I think that's what I'm going to title this video. Are the Bulldogs back in 2024? I think so. I hope so. Maybe next week I'll be doing another video completely different. I'll be talking about how much of a joke the Bulldogs are and all this sort of stuff. But for the time being, I'm sitting here and I'm saying I think the Dogs are back. Let me know in the comment section below what were your thoughts of the performance. I mean, like I said, take it with a grain of salt. It is the Gold Coast Titans. Sorry, BKR, Clarkie. Yeah, my boys, but hey, they're playing pretty awful at the moment, and I think a lot of the hopes of the fans, I was kind of buying into a lot of their hopes, kind of what a lot of people have probably done with the Dogs the last couple of years. Hoped and dreamed, and we looked at the future, and then first couple of rounds just destroyed. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the Dogs win this past week. If you want to talk about any other topics or anything like that, feel free to do so. Also, just the Rabbitohs. I want to do a proper video talking about them because I did predict their downfall, and I do think they're on a mad downfall in 2024 and going forward. So I'll do a video talking about them. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. If you happen to enjoy this one, make sure you go ahead and smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. You kind of know the drill at this point. I mention it in every single video pretty much. So go ahead, like and subscribe. It's essential in terms of growing the channel and you not missing any videos. So hit the notification bell as well. I need to mention that. Also, special mention to the Super Chatters. You guys have been absolutely killing it. And also the members as well. If you'd like to become a member, link in the description below, or just click on my channel. Should be a little join button. You go ahead and become a member. You get to watch the videos earlier, get exclusive little emojis, just a few little things here and there, and does support the channel massively. But yeah, shout out to all the Super Chatters, man. You've been going off, so thank you so much. Also, want to give a mention to my social media, seeing it on the screen right now. It's Miss Luke YT. Give me a follow, give me an ad. Been uploading a little bit on TikTok. We're just about at 5,000 followers on TikTok. So go ahead, give me a follow there. Instagram's also where it's at. I want to hit 1,000, so give me a follow there as well. And stay tuned for more content on the channel. Like I said, probably got a video talking about the Rabbitohs tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And then we'll be back to Rugby League Live 4 content for the rest of the week. And wrap things up here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See yous.